Hello everyone, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, back again for another video. This time we're going to be doing a video on Cambridge Secondary 1 Checkpoint, Mathematics, Paper 2 for April 2019. Question 1. Temperature can be measured in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. Here's a function to change degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius multiplied by 1.8 plus 32 gives Fahrenheit. Use the function to change 25 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. That means 25 into 1.8 plus 32. Now 25 into 1.8 is 45, and add 32 to that, we get 77. And that's degrees Fahrenheit. B. Complete the inverse function. Degrees Fahrenheit, dash, and degrees Celsius. So we go this way. You can see the plus 32 is first, which means this should be the inverse of plus 32 first. That's minus 32. Now, the inverse of multiply by 1.8 is divide by 1.8. Question 2. Work out 14 squared plus 29 by 3 into 2 squared minus 7. 14 squared is equal to 196. Add 29. Divide by 3 into 2 squared, 12. And then minus 7. That's equal to 225 divided by 5, which is equal to 45. That's the answer. 3. A teacher keeps a record of how many times Mike arrives late to school. The results are shown in the tally chart. Use the results to estimate the probability that Mike arrives late to school. Draw a ring around the answer. Over here we can see we have 5, 10, 15 for late and 5 for on time. 15 out of the total 15 plus 5 is 20. So 15 out of 20 times he comes late, which means 3 by 4. And that's the answer. Question 4. A. The population of a city is 248,675. Round the population to the nearest thousand. The thousands digit is over here, which means the next 3 digits should be rounded. The digit next is 6, which is greater than 5. Therefore, we round this to 249,000. B. The city covers an area of 52.747 square kilometers. Round the area to one decimal place. So the first decimal place is over there, 7. The next is 4, and it's less than 5. Therefore, we don't change it, 52.7. Question 5. The diagram shows a shape drawn on a square grid. Reflect the shape in the mirror line. We just need to see if the distance is equal and the direction. So this point is over there. This point over there. Next, this point will become over here. This point will come over here. And this point will be over here. Now we simply connect the dots. That's the answer. Question 6. A line is drawn on a grid. A. Draw a ring around the equation of this line. So we can see the line over here where the points 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of these are in the form 4, y. So this y value is something which changes, but x is always the same. That means x is equal to 4, and that's all the answer is. B. Draw the line y equals 2 on the grid. That means all of the points on the line have y equals 2, which means is this line. You can check here. 1, 2. Here. 2, 2. Here. 3, 2. 4, 2. And 5 and 6, but all of them have a y value of 2, so we can draw that line. Done. Question 7. There's a scale drawing of a garden. The scale is 1 centimeter represents 2 meters. A. There's a circular pond in the garden. By measuring, find the diameter of the pond in real life. Alright, so we need to find the diameter of the pond. It is this length. And this length, when you measure it on an actual A4 size paper, because we measure it here, it will be wrong. So I measured it on an A4 size paper and I get 3.5 centimeters. But then we need to write it in real life, which means we need to look at the scale. 1 centimeter represents 2 meters. So 3.5 centimeters will represent 3.5 into 2, which is 7 meters. That's the answer. B. The owners want to build a shed in the garden which is 3 meters by 4 meters. Draw the shed on the diagram. What you need to do is, first we need to change this to the centimeters so we can draw it on the diagram. So 3 by 2 is 1.5 meters and 4 by 2 is 2 meters. So it'll be 1.5 by 2. That's the rectangle. And that rectangle will represent the shed. So we have to measure 1.5 centimeters on the ruler and draw it like that. And now we take this length as 2 centimeters on the ruler because we found that. Now we take it here for 1.5 and here 2. That's the answer. Question 8. Carla swims 90 lengths of a swimming pool. The swimming pool is 25 meters long. A. Work out the total distance Carla swims. Give your answer in kilometers. That's equal to 90 into 25. And when you calculate this out, it becomes 2250 meters, which is equal to 2.25 kilometers. That's the answer. B. Carlos either swims on his front or his back. He swims lengths on his front and his back in the ratio of 4:1. Look at the number of lengths Carlos swims on his front. That means 5 parts because 4 plus 1 is equal to 90 lengths. Now 1 part equals 18 lengths. Now 4 parts for the front is equal to 18 into 4, 72 lengths. That's the answer. Question 9. The graph shows 4 straight lines. A. Draw a ring around the equations of the 2 lines that do not intersect each other. We can see that these 2 lines don't intersect, therefore we can say it's that. Y equals 5 minus x, x plus y equals 1. We can simply draw rings around these. B. Write down the solution to these simultaneous equations. Y equals 2x plus 1, y equals 0.5x minus 2. Let's see where these 2 lines are. Y equals 2x plus 1, y equals 0.5x minus 2. The intersection is over here where x is minus 2 and y is minus 3. And that's the answer. X equals minus 2, y equals minus 3. Question 10. This is a semicircular prism. A. Here are the instructions to calculate the area S of the curved surface of the prism. Multiply A and B, which is the length, then multiply by pi and then divide by 2. Write down the formula for S in terms of A and B. First you multiply by A and B, multiply by pi, divide by 2. That means S is equal to A into B and then multiplied by pi, divide by 2. That's equal to pi AB by 2. That's the answer. B. This formula for the volume of the prism is volume equals pi AB squared by 8. Work out the volume when A is 7.6 and B is 9.2 centimeters. So over here we have pi AB squared by 8. That's equal to volume. Volume is equal to pi into 7.6 into 9.2 squared by 8. Now let's get our calculator out. 9.2 squared, we do that first. Multiply by 7.6 and then multiply by pi. Now all we need to do is divide this by 8. So let's do that. And we get the answer as 252.61 centimeters cubed to 2 decimal places. That's the answer. Question 11. Pierre is solving the equation x squared plus 4x equals 56 using a trial and improvement method. The table shows some of his working. A. Complete the final row of the table. Over here we can see 5.75. You just substitute that into the x function here and we just take a calculator out for that. 5.75 squared plus 4 into 5.75. 56.0625. And this is actually too big because it's bigger than 56 here. That means that the actual answer is less than 5.75. B. Write down the solution to the equation x squared plus 4x equals 56 correct to 1 decimal place. One thing we need to see. The answer is less than 5.75. And when we round to one decimal place, if this is less than 5.75, that means it'll have this second decimal digit less than 5. That means it'll be something like 4. That means 5.74 or 5.73, 5.72, something like that. All of these, when you round it to one decimal place, it's 5.7. Therefore, we can say that's the answer. Question 12. Anastasia is A years old, Blessy is B years old, and Manjit is M years old. A. Blessy is older than Manjit. Draw a ring around the correct inequality. Blessy is older than Manjit means Blessy has a greater age than Manjit. That means B greater than M. That's all. B. Anastasia is less than half the age of Blessy. Write this statement as an inequality. So let's take Blessy half the age, which is B by 2. And Anastasia is less than that. And pretty much that's all. You can write it like this, or you can write it as just bring this by 2 to the other side. 2A is less than B. Both of the answers are correct. I shall write the first answer. Question 13. The chart shows information about the number of minutes 85 runners take to run 10 kilometers. Find the percentage of the runners that take less than 1 hour. So less than 1 hour means less than 60 minutes. And that means 3 bars over here. First one is 10, then 15, then 20. 10 plus 15 plus 20, that's equal to 45, and we divide that by 85 into 100% to get the percentage of total runners. When we do this on our calculator, we can get 45 divided by 85 into 100. 52.9% of runners which take less than 1 hour. That's the answer. Question 14. Draw the enlargement of triangle A with scale factor 3 and center C. That means this will be 3. This length will be triple of that. That means 6 in the right way and 3 down. And this one over here will be 6 in the right way and 6 down. Let's do that. First of all, let's see this point. We enlarge it 3 times. 1, 2, 3 of the same distance. It will be here. This one. 1, 2, 3 of the same distance. It will be up there. Now, this one. 1, 2, 3 of the same distance. It will be right over here. Now we simply join the dots. This is the enlargement. Question 15. Some cars are surveyed to compare engine size in liters within the time taken to reach a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Results are shown in the scatter graph. A. Another car has an engine size of 1.8 liters and takes 9.5 seconds to reach 100 kilometers per hour. Add this data to the scatter graph. So we have a 1.8 engine size and 9.5 over here. Where does it intersect? It intersects right there, and we can make a cross. So this is shown on graph. B. Use the graph to estimate the time taken by a car with engine size 1.7 liters. So over here, we can draw a line of best fit, something like this. And if you take 1.7, it is around 8.5 or 9. So we can write 8.5 seconds or 9 seconds. Both of them are okay. 16. Here are 4 lengths. 0.075 kilometers, 7.6 meters, 77 centimeters, 780 millimeters. Them in order from smallest to largest. Let's make these all as centimeters. This will be 75 meters, which will be 7500 centimeters. 7.6 meters will be 760 centimeters. 77 centimeters already in centimeters. And 780 millimeters, 78 centimeters. Smallest is 77. So you can write that. Then is 780 millimeters. Then is 7.6 meters. Finally, 0.075 kilometers. Question 17. Chen is a lorry driver. He earns a bonus if he drives at least 2.8 kilometers per liter of fuel. The figure shows some information about Chen's last journey. Journey time 4.5 hours. Average speed is 61 kilometers per hour. Amount of fuel used 96 liters. Work out whether Chen earned a bonus for this journey. Put a tick in the correct box. Let's work it out first. Journey time is 4.5 hours and average speed 61 kilometers per hour. So distance traveled, other side distance, that's equal to 4.5 into 61. And when we use a calculator, we will get 274.5 kilometers. And then 274.5 divided by 96. When we do that, it's 2.859375 kilometers per liter. And that means Chen earned a bonus. Question 18. Decide if these statements are true or false. Tick the correct boxes. 2.3 kilograms is not equal to 23,000 grams. 2.3 kilograms is 2,300 grams. Therefore, this is true. 150 milliliters less than 0.3 liters. 0.3 liters, 300 milliliters. And therefore, this is also true. 5,000 millimeters is greater than 5 meters. 5,000 millimeters is 500 centimeters, which is equal to 5 meters, and therefore they are equal. That means this is false. Question 19. The diagram shows a trapezium. The area is 30 centimeters squared. A and B are both whole numbers with A less than B. Work out one pair of possible values for A and B. So first, let's see the area of the trapezium formula. Half into A plus B into H. It's equal to 30. That means A plus B into H is equal to 60 centimeters squared. And that means this H over here is actually a 6. It's given here. That means A plus B equals 10 centimeters. And these two are lengths, that's why we're giving centimeters. And A is less than B, which means we can write 4 and 6, for example, because B is greater. Question 20. A cinema records the ratio of children to adults in the audiences of two films shown last week. Take the film that has the greater proportion of children in the audience. A or B? Show how you work the answer. Let's work it out. So over here, the children is 5 by 12. And over here, it's 11 by 30. Now let's make 11 by 30 and 5 by 12 into the common denominator. The common denominator will be 60. Therefore, we can say that's 25 by 60 and 22 by 60. 22 by 60 is film A and 25 by 60 is film B. Therefore, a greater proportion are there in film B. That's the answer. Question 21. The diagram shows a star inside a square of side length 8 centimeters. The star covers 40% of the area of the square. The same star is placed inside a rectangle with width 8 centimeters. The length is 60% longer than the width. Calculate the percentage of the rectangle the star covers. So the length 60% longer than the width. Length is equal to 60 plus 100, 160% of 8. Now that's 1.6 into 8. And when we do the maths, in a calculator of course, 12.8 centimeters. Now the area of the rectangle, it's 12.8 into 8, which is equal to 102.4 in centimeters squared. Now the area of star is equal to 40% of the area of the square, which means it is 40% of 8 into 8 because square has side length squared. So 40% multiplied by 64. Now we can do 40 into 64 divided by 100 because percentage, which is equal to 25.6 centimeters squared. So now the percentage of the rectangle that star covers is 25.6 by 102.4 into 100%. Now you can do that. And into 100 we get 25%. That's the answer. Question 22. Draw a ring around the largest measurement in the list. 4,200 centimeters cubed, 54,000 millimeters cubed, 45 liters, and 52,000 ml. We should know that 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. So with this information, 4200 centimeter cube is 4.2 liters. We'll convert them all to liters, by the way. 4.2 liters. This millimeter cube is 5400 centimeter cubed, which is 5.4 liters. 45 liters is already in liters. 52,000 milliliters, 52 liters. And out of these, 52 liters is the greatest, therefore we can bring around 52,000 milliliters. Question 23. Yusuf says, older people can remember better than younger people. Yusuf does an experiment to see if this is true. He shows 80 people 6 numbers and asks them to remember them. He records if they can or not. Here are the results. Age, number of people tested, can remember and cannot. For 11 to 20, it can remember 16, cannot 4. For 21 to 30, can remember is 14, cannot remember 6 out of 20 people. For age 31 to 40, the number of people is 40 total, and can remember 26, cannot remember 14. Take to show whether this evidence supports what Yusuf says. Now let's see how many people can remember from all the categories. And we'll see the proportion of that. So this one, 16 by 20. We'll just write 16 by 20. Second one is 14 by 20. Third one's 26 by 40, which is equal to 13 by 20. So it keeps decreasing as the age increases. That means Yusuf's answer is wrong. It's no. The reason is, as the age increases, the ability to remember things decreases according to the data. So the data is basically the table which Yusuf has made. Question 24. Cubes with side length 3 centimeters are packed into a larger cuboid box. Work out how many of the cubes fit inside this box. First thing we need to do is, we know that this is a cube and it has 3 centimeters length. That means its width and height will also be 3 centimeters. Now we can divide the height of this box by the height of this cube. Do the same thing for the length and the width. First we'll do the length. 1.2 meter divided by 3 centimeters. Let's convert this to centimeters. 120 centimeters. So 120 by 3 is equal to 40. So 40 lengths of the cube. Now width. 30 divided by 3 is equal to 10 widths. Because there is a number of widths of these cubes which can fit inside the box. Now let's see height. That's equal to 50 by 3, which is equal to 16.66666, and it goes on, which is, this is the cutting decimal. But we cannot write the number of heights as a recurring decimal, so we need to truncate it to 16 heights. But these are all 40 lengths, 10 widths, 16 heights of the cube. This cube here, which can fit inside the box. How do we find out how many cubes can fit in? 40 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 16. That's the number of lengths into number of widths into number of heights. This gives us 6,400 cubes. Why are we truncating this to 16? Because we have to have only cubes with side length 3 centimeters. We should not have some other lengths of the cubes or width or height. For example, 3, 2, and 2.5 as the length, width, height. We should only have 3 for all of these. So if we slice it, let's say, and then put it inside the box, it's no longer a cube with side length 3 centimeters. So we cannot include those. That's why we've truncated this, the decimal part, into a whole number. Now that's the answer. 25. The number 12.25 has 2 square roots. Find them both. So first, when we square root 12.25, let's take a calculator out. 12.25 square rooted becomes 3.5. So now we have 1 square root, but why does the question say 2 square roots? Because one thing we can notice is, if we square a negative number, for example negative 1, if we square this, we get 1. But if we take the positive of the same number, which is 1, and square it, we also get 1. Now the same thing can be applied to 3.5. So we can make it as positive 3.5 or negative 3.5. Since when we square both, we'll always get 12.25. Therefore, we can write this as plus or minus 3.5, which consists of both positive and negative of 3.5. We'll write these separately. That's the answer. Now we've come to the end of the video. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something new from it. See you in my next video. Bye.